all these Black Friday lines, all the madness, and you're getting ready to shop online for Cyber Monday. Online scams are pretty common, so you need to know how to protect yourself, right? We're joined by Hemu Nigam. He's an internet security expert. So, all right, we're ready for the tips. A lot of people actually, I think, prefer to skip all this madness. It gets crazier and crazier every year, right? So they want to shop online. What do we need to know if we're going to shop online?
Well, I got to tell you, Rochelle, thanks for having me.
Sure.
At least the good thing is about, even though you could get scammed online, you won't get stabbed online. So at least that's a positive. But looking at all this, one of the things I think people have trouble understanding is how is it possible that they, who are internet savvy users, could actually get scammed?
Right.
And what scammers are doing is they're saying, well, you know what? You're getting deals bombarded at you, deals you trust, whether it's Target or Walmart or some other store that you trust, and they're utilizing that same type of look and feel in an email, in a text message, and they're sending it out, creating fake websites and saying, click here, you only have 30 minutes to get the deal on this Coach bag that's 90% off, and you got to fill in your information. And guess what? People fill in their information
all the
and
time.
As soon as they do,
all the time.
They give up their identity. Yeah.
How do you know? Because this has happened to me. I've gotten a text before where I'm thinking, how do they even get my phone number? I don't remember giving this out. I've gotten a text before that I've almost fallen for. How do you know that these things are fake?
Well, there's a few things to look for. One is, and luckily, a lot of these scams are coming out of countries outside the U.S. And what you're going to find is sometimes there's spelling errors. The other thing you'll find very, very common is when you hover your little cursor over that link, it might say coach.com, but when you hover over it, there's all these gobbledygook numbers that people tend to ignore.
Yes.
But that's your clue right there. Hey, wait a minute, this doesn't look right. And the other thing to think about is when you shop in the real world, there's certain stores you like to go to, stores you trust, stores that have a good reputation. They've spent millions of dollars gaining your trust. And then you go online and you forget about all that. But that's exactly what you shouldn't do. You should stick with the stores you shop in the real world, because when you do it online, they're the ones who are there to gain your trust, and they're going to do it by not violating your privacy or stealing your identity. So that's just some of the things to think about.
That is great information. So I guess the bottom line is when you get these things, don't immediately click on to them. I mean, that's what I got from what you just said. Don't immediately give you information. Don't immediately click on. They're very obvious things that you'll be able to tell.
Right. And one last thing, if we have a little second here.
Yes.
If you're keeping your computer updated with the latest antivirus, anti-phishing software, most of the things that are hitting consumers are those consumers who haven't updated. They click remind me later, they forget to turn on their antivirus, and then they get victimized because of this. So if you think about just a sheer number of statistics, every 18 seconds there's an adult hit with cybercrime. So that's several thousand in the few minutes we've been just chatting right now.
Oh, wow. This is really good information, and every year that seems millions more people decide to use the online option, so this is very important information. Hemu, thank you so much. And I do believe the line of the day is you will not get stabbed if you go shopping online. Thank you. Happy holidays.